This is game number 8 of the Dark Elf run, which is going quite well. We've got some nice randoms on a couple of our linemen now. We've got some not random, some full price Mighty Bow and Juggernaut. Oh, we've got Juggernaut Witch Elf now. That's exciting. I'd forgotten because it's been a little break since I last played in this team. And looks like we've got 1 journeyman. And we've got a nice 5-0 record. We've spun into some dwarves who, my goodness, they've played a lot of games. 22 game dwarves against our 7 game dark elves. They've got a blodge runner. We don't like to see that. They've got 3 mighty bow. We don't love to see that. They have a lot of loners, but it doesn't probably matter too much for dwarves. I think this will be tough because, yeah, they've got the guard and mighty bow they want. And obviously the dwarves playing elves, which is always a bit tougher. It's a hard question, Snapping. Like, dwarves are boring because they're boring. But, like, dwarves aren't broken. Whereas Underworld are broken. And that is just very unrewarding to play. Because it means that your choices you make are so much less likely to matter. And that, in the end, like... That's what we play Bloodfall for, right? Like, you want your choices to mean something. I know it's Blood Bowl and so dice happen. And, you know, I think there were other points in the weekend when I had better dice and worse dice. But when the ridiculous dice are happening against Underworld, it just feels so unfair. Because you're like, hang on, this team already had all the advantages it could ask for. And now it's getting extra dice on top. A stream. Hey, Colleen. So yeah, I had a good time at NAFC because I got to hang out with Collie and I got to hang out with Techno and I got to hang out with Hendy and Andy and like half of Blood Bowl at Andy's house. Chris Frosin was there. Dizzy was there, although Dizzy wasn't playing, and Dizzy had a bit of her own story on Saturday night, which is not my story to tell. And it was a bit stressful for us when that happened. Then we got to spend time with stupid sexy Day Day, who like just smashed everyone for the whole weekend. Day Day finished first in the pre-tournament sevens and then went 5-1-0 at NAFC as well. Basically just decided after winning his first 4 games at NAFC that he better stop and let someone else have a chance. Andy was so close to winning the whole thing. I was really cheering for Andy. Also, hey Zach. Sorry, I didn't say hey Zach before. Hey so salty salt. Hey snuffing. Is there anyone else I haven't said hello to? Hey Talk. Hey Lady LeFay. Hey Radbug. I think I've said hello to everyone. If there's anyone I haven't said hello to, I'm sorry. Hey Mantouts. Collie beat up a child. Collie had a wicked weekend as well. Collie kicked some bum. First time ever playing Necro, and I think only 1 loss. That's pretty cool. I'd like to specify on Zach's comment, they need beating at Blood Bowl sometimes. That's Keep that. Within those parameters, I'll agree. I was sat next to Mini Morg actually for a lot of the tournament. Me and Mini Morg kept getting the same results, so I was sat next to one of the best young players. Dead dwarf? Not dead dwarf. Still. Knocked over dwarf. We'll take it. We'll take it for now. Oh, we could have had a hit on the ball here. Would have been red dice, but we could have done. Red dice on a blodger. So what I'm trying to do here, in case anyone's wondering, because I haven't really told what I'm doing so far, is to try to hold the centre of the pitch. Because if I hold the centre of the pitch, then at some point the dwarves... Cobblestorm, thank you so much for the 11-month resub. Welcome back to the Weirdos. The idea here is if I hold the centre of the pitch, at some point the dwarves will have to go to a sideline, and that's when we can start using the frenzy to create some problems for them. Whether or not that will work, who knows? But that's my my sort of starting premise for this drive, because they've already got the ball picked up, unfortunately, despite the rain, and into a cage, so that part of their drive is secure. So now we're thinking, what can we try to make this difficult? Try to make them pick a side and see if we can make the sideline scary. Thanks, Cobblestorm. My 15-year-old is taller than me. Surely he doesn't count as a child anymore. Well, Dementor was still trying to win the under-18 trophy at NAFC. And he's taller than a lot of people. Hey, Lionhouse. Dementor, you think everybody's short, J-Lev. You're not a reasonable measuring stick. You're like Chris Frozin, going around thinking the whole world is short. Is J-Lev tall? J-Lev's pretty tall, yeah. Okay. Okay. Stupid guard. Like, we could try to red dice here, and if we get a push, we could push here. And then we'd have one dice, we could make 2 dice on that, but we wouldn't really have a way into the ball. I think it's probably not worth it, so probably let's just try this. Raven, 31-month resub. Thank you so much. Still one of the weirdos after 31 months is like 2.5 years.
There's only one word to say.
Should have got this up first. Being indecisive. That should go there. We can bonk you over there. I can KO you. Sure.
There's only one word to say.
Fine. So we get 1 dice here. If we happen to power it, actually, even if we don't power it, so we can just push it, we can get 2 dice in the next one. Oh, only 2 rerolls. that's a very nice reroll. So again, here we're squishing them towards the sideline, making them have fewer options for holding a central spot. Removing one is very nice. But going down to one reroll is not so nice. It is hard to KO a dwarf and injure them, yeah. But we're just doing it right. Hey Martin. Any good trolling going on today? No trolls in action in this team, sadly. There will be a troll on stream tomorrow morning, because tomorrow lunchtime, I have my next Rebel game, and it's against the other unbeaten team in my division. So Wood Elves against Chaos Renegades, who definitely have a troll. Tomorrow at noon UK time. I'll probably start stream before that in the morning. But yeah, I'm away in London from Wednesday evening through to Friday, probably Friday evening. So I thought I would get a stream in now, because I won't be able to do my usual Friday stream. Card guard's an annoying skill. Why? Why does guard have to be a thing? Why does tackle have to be a thing as well? It's 2 dice, but it's 2 into 1 without block. Red dice. 1 dice, 1 dice, 1 dice, 1 dice. Red dice, 1 dice. Really need to dodge this one, but it is off tackle. Or maybe it's better to dodge one of these ones. Probably it's better to do one of these ones. Maybe even you around to here. How have I messed that up? That's what I'm looking for. Need to... No, I don't need to stay there and follow. That's 2 dice. Unfortunately, it's not about. And now we've got 2 dice on you. We'll take that one. Pop you there. Lovely. In fact, I think we'll just stick you in there so you're keeping 2 of them busy. Then do this way so we get 2 dice again. Lovely. Very nice. And bring you back around. Beating up dwarves. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Smash, smash, smash. We did leave a carrot cake in Andy's microwave. I think he should be more grateful for that, to be honest. I feel like there was a distinct lack of gratitude for all the lovely cake Andy got. Fumble isn't unbeatable on price. Yeah, I haven't played much Fumble lately, and I probably should, because I think Fumble is probably like more helpful for tabletop, which is actually like maybe where I'd want to put some more of my time, but this is better for streaming, so I think as BB Nut says, I think both can scratch different itches for sure, but Fumble is definitely better for the price, no question on that front. Right, not even one thank you for 3 carrot cakes. One time it sounded like he was trying to say thank you, like he was really looking for the word thank you, but instead what came out was motherfucker. I don't know why that was the word that came out, but I'm sure he meant thank you. Hey, Ode. Yeah, it was just a small change of wording. There. Not following. Boo. Dead dwarf? Not a dead dwarf. Not a stunned dwarf, though. Not terrible. Dwarfs are very much in scoring range right now. Two dice in that ball. Yeah, with one reroll, it's a big commitment, though. We stand up here. We'll be doing a lot of 2+. I don't think it's the playlist turn. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but I don't think it's the playlist turn. I think the turn is just another one of squeezing them. If I had 3 rerolls, maybe. But bearing in mind it's a blodger as well, so it's not that likely to fall over. I don't hate forcing them to score early.
Is this going to be enough to come out on top? I have a great respect for the durability of dwarves. How about you, Jim?
Okay. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. We all know how much he loves his sweet, so it's nice they bothered. Right? Whole cakes. 3 whole cakes. Who wouldn't be grateful for that, honestly? What sort of person would not be grateful? And I think they were like Tesco finest as well. Collie can confirm. I wonder what he's done with them. It would be a shame he's checked them out. Shoebox, thank you so much for the follow, by the way. Welcome to the stream. Sorry I missed you coming in a second ago. Oh, double rush for a push. I mean, I think they have to score here. Day-Day! Stupid, sexy Day-Day's here. 3 full years as one of the weirdos. We were just talking about how well you did this weekend, Day-Day. Congratulations again. Right, how ungrateful he was. Exactly. Yeah, they're going to score. Okay, so we've got 5 turns to score back in the rain. On the surface, I think that sounds pretty good. The rain is a problem though, and only 1 reroll is a bit of a problem. Is it 5 or 4? I think we were 4 actually. I think I said 5, I meant 4. We didn't lose any players, and their KO stays out as well, so we're playing up 1 player to start the drive, which is nice. I know, Day-Day just casually winning 8 out of 9 games of Blood Bowl through his weekend. Just casually. Not a big deal, but... Hey, Mootlies. How are you? Whitleys. Thank you so much for the Prime sub. 19 months as one of the weirdos. Closing in on the next year, but yeah, we've gone past a year and a half. She's a long-standing weirdo. She's been a weirdo for a while. Good, tired from work. That's quite new, your work, isn't it? I think I remember you saying about getting the job, so hopefully it's like tired in like a good way because you're enjoying the job. I feel like how much you're enjoying your job can definitely impact like the kind of tired that you feel at the end of the day. Right. Who's going to carry the ball? Good guy Merton's going to carry the ball. Who's going to do some punching? Yes, we've got 4 turns. They've put all their guard on the line, which does make the punching a little bit trickier. But definitely not impossible. Mighty bloke here. One of you in the middle. Have you here. These ones in here in case we can get a lovely quick snap. I don't want to do something a bit spicy in case we get the quick snap. Where's my other? Where's Collie? Collie's over here. Because this is super rowdy, but if we got a quick snap and we could push that forward a square, we can put it there because that'd be fine. Don't need to risk it. Then we could, in theory, push, have the quick snap one waiting there to surf it. It's a very greedy thought. But just in case, you know. It's good to have that just in case thought. Very new, really nice. Just sort of adjust my sleep schedule. Oh, pitch invasion. Pitch invasion has got them and not us. Okay, so it's a good thing. Very good thing. The coffee machine, that's probably the cost of a car, and I want my own place now. Better make some pretty good coffee if it's the cost of a car. That's my number one actual grievance from NAFC. So I've talked about having to play Underworld at NAFC, and that was upsetting. And I've talked about the coffee spillage, which was also a bit upsetting. But the actual most upsetting thing at NAFC was they were charging £2.50 for a tea that was like a thimbleful of tea. £2.50 for a tea is a lot, but I can live with it because it's just how things are now, right? Like, you go to a cafe, you order a tea, you're probably going to end up paying something like that. It's annoying, but it is what it is. But if I'm going to do that, I want my tea to be like a full-size tea, not some shot glass of tea. So that's my actual biggest grievance from FC. Give me my proper tea size. Should we use Dirty Player to foul that dwarf? Pretty tempting. But we can't spend the reroll on that, so we'll have to wait. I mean, next time we will have to spend the reroll on pickup because we are already... In fact, maybe I had to spend it that turn, thinking about it. Only got 3 turns to come forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, actually, maybe we should have spent the reroll that turn. Oh well. One reroll is the problem here. That's what I'm saying, Hydra. The tea was fine, but it wasn't even like... wasn't my first choice of tea. Like, it's Twinings, which is like slightly fancy tea, but I think most people would rather just have like Yorkshire tea. I think tea is one of those things where like fancy isn't always better. Yeah, like I'd just... Yorkshire tea would be my first choice, but I would also take PG Tips over Twinings probably. And PG Tips is just like regular tea, isn't it? It's not like it's fancy. Anyway, I would have been happy with the Twinings. I wouldn't have complained about that if they gave me a full-size Twinings. Proper mug of Twinings. Excuse me, Mr. Dwarf. Where do you think you're going? Cheeky dwarf thinks they're going to score. It's a little bit outrageous. This drive is not going very well. That's the most important thing. Good. One, two, three. I'm not the biggest fan of tea other than the fruity ones, to be honest. Austria especially being huge on coffee culture though, so it's party culture too. Yeah, it's the same in Italy. Like in Italy, coffee is very much the culture. Oppo is Norse with Blizzard. It feels like thematically wrong that Blizzards are bad for Norse, doesn't it? It feels like Blizzards should be good for Norse. Obviously they're not, because it means that your 3+ GFIs are now 4+ GFIs. But like, aren't Norse supposed to live in the snow? Like, isn't that like part of the law? I think Norse should have snowshoes to counter drunkard. It would be hilarious if like they went the opposite way. So like if everyone else gets worse in a blizzard, but Norse go to 2+ GFIs. Hey, BB Jack. Yeah, exactly. The other thing that I was talking about with one opponent this weekend, because I was playing against a human team who resorted to throwing their halflings trying to break my cage. And I was saying there should be like some mechanic where big guys can try to throw an opposing team's stunties. So like my tree should be allowed to like try to grab the halfling and throw it. It shouldn't just be like a normal throw. There should have to be some hard roll to make. Maybe like an agility roll for the big guy so it's unlikely to succeed. But I think it would be funny if like you had the chance to try and grab an opposing stunty and chuck them. Right. This is all looking not ideal at the moment.
They've got the advantage, and there is no sure.
We basically can't score on the ball carrier anymore. So we're going to have to get someone else into scoring range. You're looking like a good candidate. We probably want more than one.
On the floor again. Well,
That's a good choice for a display.
Scoring threat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That would not be a scoring threat just there, so we'll move you after. Oh boy, this is not looking great. Not at all.
not bad.
Oh, we've got to make that a scoring threat. We just have to. 'Cause no one else can be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it's got to be one rush. Okay. Ick, 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 ick. Maybe we had to reroll that first pickup attempt. Maybe we did. Maybe. Okay, that helps. Well, 3 scoring threats. Ball is definitely not completely safe where it is right now, but felt like between safety and scoring threats, at some point you had to go a bit more towards the scoring threats because
I should probably say something meaningful.
we need scoring threats. That has got dodge and it's being hit without tackle, so it won't go down right away.
Splat.
And that's pretty good. I think they'll re-roll it. No, okay, so they haven't given themselves a way into the ball. I think they needed at least a push there. Push would have been fine because they could have pushed back to there. Okay, so we're going to have a chance to score. Good. Good, good, good. I mean, it's still not necessarily easy because of the rain, but some chance is better than no chance. I've heard this squirm rolls the opposing centre can break 3. Yeah, it's probably one of those things that sounds fun, but would actually end up being broken in a lot of situations. So like, it would have to be thought about. It just like thematically, which is I think we've learned through lots of rules that get put in that you can't always do the thematic thing that sounds fun because some things just break the game. But like thematically, it feels a bit wrong that like you've got a big guy who knows that it can throw opponents, but just doesn't do it because it's an opponent. Like, why would the tree just let the halfling run past? We know trees can throw halflings, so why wouldn't it try and grab that halfling from the opposing team and chuck it? Yeah, that's why it would be a roll. I wouldn't for a second suggest it should just be like a thing. I was just like thinking like, what if there's like a roll you could roll to try to do it? So we can hand off there, which would only be 1 rush compared to here, which would be 2 rushes. But this is probably easier to just block away. Because we don't have to do any extra to get there on that one. I'd love to do it with you, because then we get a surf, but that does add an extra 2+ roll in. On the other hand, surf a dwarf. for dwarf.
The attacker has an assist.
Somebody please stop him.
Players on the pitch also with the friends in the stands. They too have the right to have some fun.
Crowd far too gentle to that dwarf. Scary dice. No! Ugh, two without a reroll. Jimmy! Oh, we made it. Hey Jimmy, how are you?
A memorable teacher. I didn't believe they could even run that fast.
Get in.
Fresh start.
A1. Ended below Andy for the first time ever in a big tournament. He must have cheated. Probably. A lot of people finished below Andy this weekend. A lot of people finished below Andy this weekend. Well done to Panef for running that touchdown in for us. Was it fun? Some of it was fun. Some of it was really unfun. I've had my big moan about Underworld earlier. Underworld really take a lot of fun out of me, which is unfortunate. And I had a pretty miserable game against Underworld in the middle of the tournament that sapped some of my fun, but the rest of it was pretty fun. Casual catch in the rain. Yeah, but I was just saying that one. Like, the best bit of the weekend, the best bit of NAFC is always all the people I get to hang out with. Hanging out with lots of people who are in chat now, and lots more who aren't. Always the best bit of going to Blood Bowl tournaments. And probably particularly NAFC, right? Because NAFC is just so big, everyone's there, it's really lovely. Stupid guard.
They're still standing.
Juggernaut. Got there in the end. Pretty good. Was slightly thinking of treading on that one, but now that it's stunned,
The players on the ground.
do we still want to tread on it?
5 gold pieces says he gets kicked in the face first.
If we tread on this one, it's armor 10 plus. We'd get 2 assists, goes to an 8 plus. If we tread on this one, we could bring in an extra assist. So we're then looking at a 9, 8, 7, 6. 6 plus without the dirty player. Should we go for it? Should we try to tread on a dwarf? KO'd. Did get caught, which is not great. But they didn't appo it, so it's 10 on 10, which I'm okay with. And that's a pretty good one to get rid of, because it's in a Mighty Bow and Guard one. I can live with it. I think that's an acceptable trade. Especially because we're already in the second half. So, like, ideally we're not really hoping for there's going to be another drive in this game, right? Like, we'd like this to be the drive that takes us to the end of the game.
Bloodvisor
Yeah, Collie's the new Necro champ. And she's been showing me the roster she's going to take to Andy's tournament, and I don't like it. I'm scared of it. I think Andy's given them a very friendly rule set because he likes Necro, and now I've got to play against that Necro team. I need to work out what team might have a chance against it. But do you know, I am thinking about vampires. I am thinking about vampires. Vampires would be fun.
There's only one word.
Oh, that's a good moment to roll power because that is a blodger. But this is now a mighty blow hit on the runner. Just a stun, but mighty blow did get us the stun, so that's pretty good. Do nicely.
Another player
Once we get that, too nice.
will be spitting teeth. It's
That'll do.
Should have done this sooner. Why didn't I do that sooner? Bad turn ordering. Bad turn ordering there, guys. Not great. By me. Well, this isn't actually a tackle, is it? So it was a bit safer than I thought it was. Sadly, that one doesn't have dodge. No! That's annoying. It's nice to see the classic Orc coach and MisspelledTree branch out and play some valves. Hush. Hush you. All these lies. I'll probably take Skaven soon team I've painted. I think Andy's got Skaven in tier 2, which just probably means they get a reasonable deal.
they've got the advantage.
I think. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, Jimmy said it. Skaven get 10k more than us, so you can afford to throw it. Nice. 1160 plus 7 skills. Yeah. So is that a thrower with the Rat Ogre? Like I can't imagine wanting to play Skaven without the Rat Ogre, although I know some people do. To me, the Rat Ogre seems essential for the fun, even if not for the player. This is not going great at the moment, by the way, this drive. Just quietly in the background, because we had another KO off that thing, and we're getting a bit squished. I'm wondering if I've played this drive all wrong, honestly, because I just didn't really think about it. I just sort of approached it like a normal drive, but actually, should it have been a Daka, given all the tackle, is negating a lot of our skills. And obviously, like, it's dwarves anyway, so it's always like a tough one for elves.
What's your thoughts? What will they do?
I really need to hit that one first. Okay, that's good. I'd like to follow, but I can't because I need you to stay there to be an assist.
If I had a goal,
Push, push. In theory, we could surf with the ball carrier.
start my own team.
In theory.
I need a million gold.
Problem is, we need to fill that square. Unless we just start with a 1 dice. Try doing that 1 dice first. That's a very nice power, isn't it? That's perfectly convenient. Try to surf it. Pretty greedy. Pretty greedy. We like being greedy. No, we powered it. Oh well.
Fifth swing. He's following up.
Now it's where I realise that the ball isn't going to be safe. Oh yeah, we already blitzed. So close to surfing with the ball carrier. That's not covered because that's not in the square it looks like it's in. That's there, and I've only just realised it, and that's already moved. That is not in that square. It's in this square. So they actually have a way on the ball right now. Eek. Not ideal. Makes it harder. Boo. Oh, could you just stop KOing yourself? Don't know if I should have done that, so I'll get killed now, but it's a second KO for dodge. Need the players around. Probably shouldn't have echoed that. Oh well. Ooh, double skull's nice. Quad skull's even nice. Oh, it's a loner. It's not a quad skull, it's a loner fail. Well, I was saying before that I didn't think that journeyman dwarves wouldn't matter that much, and then they have. That's very unlucky for our opponent. Lucky for us, though.
That's a good choice for a display.
Really like this just to put the player back in the right square so I can see where it is. Thank you. Just want to be able to see where my player is. Do a cheeky surf here.
You had better run, boy.
Push. Just don't want to be surfed. The idea was going to be put that there and then surf it with that one. But for some reason, these dwarves don't feel like being surfed. It's a little bit rude of them. For some reason, they seem to want to not be surfed off the pitch. Naps are important, Tree. That's very important information that you definitely should report back to me.
How's the mission?
Yeah, you could take a block roger in these rules if you didn't want the Juggernaut. Juggernaut's pretty nice. I don't know in like one skill on Skaven if you'd prefer block or Juggernaut. Block's like more helpful like in general play. But Juggernaut for the one turn's so nice. Just reliably getting those pushes when Skaven are already really good at the one turn because of the movement 9. Seems really good. Yeah, Juggernaut, Rat Ogre, and 2 heads Gutter Runner. It's such a powerful combination.
The good wolf knows. But they wisely decided not to.
Ooh, maybe that dwarf does want to be surfed. Maybe all of these dwarfs want to be surfed. It's so like far back to come and surf that runner. I'm not sure if it's a good idea, but I really want to do it. I mean, probably we have to look after the ball. So none of these are in range if we just go to like there with the ball. It's just this guy who we have helpfully powered. So again, those at worst that can base us. Kind of have to go one dice into one dice if we want to surf this one. Alright, we'll power it instead of surfing it. And then we'll surf that one. KO'd. Do now need to put some players in front of this so that they don't just counter surf us. Good. And that one dodged itself to the injury box. We've done more damage to ourselves than the dwarves have done to us. We've dodged into 2 KOs and a casualty this half. Surfing dwarves, a new summer sport. It's a good sport. I recommend it. Would have been nice to get 2 that turn, but... So what are we on now? We are down 3, they're down 2. So we're down 1 player compared to them. And we're definitely not getting 2 of ours back, whereas they might get both theirs back. So we do still want to try and fight for this stall if we can, which we have made it now harder for ourselves to stall because we brought everything over here. But hopefully harder will not mean impossible. Can't stack the secondary. I don't think J-Levs means jugs and 2 heads on the same player. I think he means Juggernaut, Rat Ogre and 2 heads on the Juggernaut on the Rat Ogre and 2 heads on the Gutter Runner, I would imagine. Can't say for certain, but that would make more sense to me. Yeah, I may have given up the stall here. Looking at this, perhaps I should have been more thinking about that. Yeah. Oh, they put the reroll into that as well. Wow. So, Cheeky Jimmy, thank you so much for the Prime sub. 5 months with the weirdos. So I'll play here. I mean, there's definitely no stall unless we do this. So let's try for that. That's good. Go over there. Lovely. Then, I think we want to bring you back here. Because that's not in range. So now it's just these 2 we're worried about. Yeah, that stun's very helpful, isn't it? I think we still probably want to come this way. Like, they could dodge this, but even if they do, we'll have 2 turns afterwards to try to pick the ball up. they're not going to get recovery on us. So
He seems a little stunned.
I think we just live with that.
They've got the advantage, and it is sure. These dwarves really are tough.
I'll make the dodge harder as well. There we go. Cool. I'm really enjoying Dark Elves in this run. I just really like having Frenzy. I do miss it when I play Wood Elves in NAF, like, and I've tried putting Frenzy on the War Dancer, and I saw actually the top Wood Elf at NAF C did have Frenzy on a War Dancer, but whenever I take it, I always just feel like you need to have Strip Ball, and if you're going to take Strip Ball, then that would mean giving up Tackle on the other War Dancer, and to me that's just not, as much as I enjoy Frenzy, I think Tackle does more. I just, yeah, whenever I take Frenzy, I always find myself thinking, I need Strip Ball. Unless you gave up Tackle for it. Tackle I almost could see more, but then Tackle's one of those skills where some matchups you'll think that's fine, I don't need it, but some matchups you really need it. As an Underworld coach, I can confirm I hate Strip 1,000 times more than Frenzy. Rick! How are you, Rick? I've been bad-mouthing Underworld. I'm sorry, but they deserve it. But it was lovely to see you. How was your tournament?
Well, that's embarrassing for them.
10:15, so we're good. We'll just go camp over here. Yeah, J-Liv and I were fixing Underworld. We've decided that Underworld should be allowed 300 team value, one skill. They can still get 11 players, and that's all they're allowed.
How are they going to capture them? They're constantly riding around on the ground.
Out goes Teach. I'll have to pick up both of them off the ground in a few seconds' time.
Punch a dwarf, punch a dwarf. Punch a dwarf hard. Run down here and punch one more dwarf.
The attacker has an assist.
Punch! Good job. Stupid sexy David.
Stupid sexy Flanders!
Not enough people drop that emote apparently, because I always forget that it does that. So just fun. 3-0-0 is always a fun Saturday, and then honestly, I had a losing today. Yeah, it's nice playing people who you like are excited to see, isn't it? I was hoping Collie and I were going to get to play because we were on the same record for a couple of games, but it didn't happen. And then last game, I was sat, like my second last game, I was sat 2 tables away from Widram, and we had the same record, and then we had the same results. So I thought I'd play Widram. We didn't get to play Widram either. I wanted to play Widram and roll his giant crochet dice. Are we going to do anything here? Might as well take that block. Fine. And this one is not a 2 dice, and I don't want to do any dodges, so. In goes good guy Merton. Chikala, thank you so much for the raid. How was your stream? All the Underworld coaches crawling out of their Underworld hiding spaces. Remember to boo them, everybody. Remember to boo the Underworld coaches.
Sorry, Jeff.
Make them feel terrible about their choices.
Death. It just makes me all warm and fuzzy.
Thank you. Made a dwarf team kit with my orcs. Honestly, Jakala, some people have noticed that I have an orc team high up on the ladder, and it has been eye-opening how easy it is to win on the ladder for me with orcs. But when I say win on the ladder with orcs, what's amazing is, like, I think about half the wins I've had on that team are just dwarves conceding. Like, dwarves just seem to concede against orcs in this ladder all the time. You show up with orcs, you plonk your orcs down, and you take a couple of turns of punching dwarves, and then they decide they don't like it. Well, they don't do it against my wood elves, Jimmy, so I don't think it is my presence. I think it's my orcs. Turns out the guard spam doesn't like strength 4 guard spam. Yeah. I'd rather play against orcs than undead. That's interesting. So it makes me talk about Slayers, Love vs Orcs. Heard mostly at the most time. I tell you what was interesting from my very brief nerding earlier today that I looked at the NAFC. I had a look at like who was top of the NAFC standings, then I had a look to see what their builds were. Only like a few people. I was just curious to see what the elf teams had, to be honest with you. And like the two top dark elf teams, one had 2 assassins and one had 1 assassin. So the assassin build like really was a thing this year, which is super interesting. The like assassin build is now genuinely like one of the dark elf builds that people are going to take to tournaments. I did not expect that at all. Like assassins clearly are like genuinely part of the like top tier dark elf tabletop meta now, which is really cool. I assume in big part because of Underworld. Like I can't think why else it would be. I know Zons as well, so like that's to some extent. But like Zons is, you're still rolling 8+ to stab. It doesn't seem that great. Whereas Underworld, I guess, is like really helpful just for getting rid of little annoying things. And like the other thing with the assassins, I keep thinking is, like we all laugh at shadowing and how terrible it is, but shadowing to stop snotlings at a movement 5 dodging through screens is probably actually quite useful. Dizzy and Dimmy. Dizzy and Dimmy. Never said those two names right next to each other. How are you both? They still dodge through screens. Yeah, I believe that too. Cool. Another nice win. Nice MVP. What are we doing with these levels? Could random on Good Guy Merton? So like I didn't random, so this isn't random. This is full price and this is full price and this is full price. Because we had a lot of blitzers die at the start of this run. I think we had 3 blitzers die. And we just like needed some blodge to get the team going. But now that the team's starting to get going, I wonder if I have to start randoming and cycling on the positionals, because like it's that thing of this ladder of like as we climb the ladder we're going to have to like have more random skills to make our value closer to the value of everyone else's teams. We did get some nice randoms on the linemen. We've got a half price book, a half price book, and a half price 30 player. But maybe we have to random on the blitzers and witch elf as well. The thing is, like, what do we want to random on them? Like block good, fend, pro, sure hands, maybe dauntless, sure. Shadowing, not really. Tackle, sure, because we're gonna ideally I'd like this to be a wrestle tackle one. Any of wrestle tackle strip ball would be good. Kick's not horrible. So the general tree's okay. The agility tree, there's just not enough good there really, is there, with dodge already? Like sidestep would be okay. Having one hit sprint, sure feet sidestep I guess would be okay, although maybe we'd rather that on a blitzer to make a 1-turner. We probably do want one of our blitzers to be a 1-turner. So I guess if we did agility on Murmur, then catch not good. Thank you so much for the raid, Mr. Blitzkrieg. How was your stream? Also, hey, Magic Sanity's here as well. Everyone's here. Hey, everyone. Catch not good. Diving tackle, good. Leap, not great. Sneaky git, not good, because we've already got a fowler and we don't really want blitz to do it. So I've got 1 in that column that I feel good about. Defensive is fine, because we'll probably build a guard. We'll probably build a guard one, so that's fine. So defensive is okay. Dodge is good. Safe pair of hands is bad. Sprint, sure feet, sidestep, all okay if we're thinking about having a 1-turner. So that's 3, 4, 5 that I think are good here. Jump up's okay. So there's like 5 and a couple of halves in agility for the blitzer. Random G on the witches. Block pro, tackle, strip, wrestle. Yeah. Random. And if you can afford to pay random agi on pre-dodge on blitzers, yeah. I mean, the other thing I thought was actually to hold off on the blitzers and do some random strength blitzers, because we're going to want some of these strength skills. We could get a cheap mighty bow's good. Stand firm's fine. It's not amazing, but it's fine. 1 grab I don't hate on a team that's got a frenzy. It's kind of interesting. Guard is good. Break tackle, not bad to have somewhere on the team. We could get some Rick Skull. I think let's random general on Good Guy Merchant, because we've got enough to cycle 1 player. So a random general here. Sure hands. I think we don't fire that. I think we keep it, but maybe then we like do another random general next. And if we don't like it, then we cycle. The problem is that I was imagining having a sacker on this second one, because we've already got a blocking one. You don't really want sacking skills, carrying skills on your sacker. But maybe we just don't make that our sacker. I don't know. I'll think about it. For the YouTube video, let's say, hey, that's game number 8 on the Dark Elf team. It's going pretty good. If you're enjoying the content, I'd love it if you'd leave a like and subscribe.